Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Thursday morning here on NY Mania. As we all know, today is 9/11, and this show, NY Mania, is dedicated to 9/11, all the fallen people, the families, their loved ones, the kids, the grandkids, and everyone associated with it. I really it's a down day. We got it. We got to lift each other. We're here for each other, and let's make the best of it. But I do want to give a shout out to each and every family. We think about you all the time. That never disappears. And just all the responders, the firemen, everybody associated with 9/11, and essentially it's the whole world. So I just want to let everybody, from my heart to yours, I will always be here for you guys if you ever need anything. So I appreciate it. And I just wanted to let you know that we're honoring you guys, and the show's all about you guys. It really is. You know, if you have a story, if you like to talk about something, put it in the stream. Just give me a chance, and I will talk about it. I will. You want to honor somebody? Please let me know. Please today, everybody, please refrain from anything stupid in the chat. Last night was ridiculous. The one or two people that are doing that to the show and to other creators, you will be found, and we are taking action. I can tell you that we are taking action, and it's going to be no more. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not putting up with it anymore. I'm not ranting or raving about it today. Don't you dare take me out of the element of honoring 9/11 people, because if you do, I swear to God, you will not enter Facebook. You will not enter anything. I will make sure of it. So I'm just letting you know. I'm only saying that once. Good morning, everyone, and we're going to bring up our co-host, Evan, and we're going to start the show the right way. I'm telling you right now, everyone, you better have a heart today and every day. How you doing, Evan? Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, everybody in the chat.
How's it going, man?
It's going well. Obviously, not the best of times. Obviously, yesterday and today, obviously, with remembering 9/11. But we appreciate everybody being here today, and we want to thank all the first responders, thank all the police officers, and everybody who helped everyone on 9/11, and everybody who gave their sacrifice for saving lives for themselves. So we just want to thank everybody for that. And, we're all here for each other.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I want to thank everybody for being here. And also, please, as I always say, press the like button. If anything, today is the day to give appreciation, not only for the show, but for just show your appreciation for everyone around the world, and press that like button. And if you want a little we want us to be a little appreciated, give us a subscription today. Come out of that 39% and give a rah-rah to the show today. Lift our spirits up a little bit, guys. We'd really appreciate that. That would mean the world to me. That would mean the world to NY Mania, and we'll go from there. But we're going to start off with the late scoreboard yesterday, everyone. So let's get to it right away. So we have the Texas Rangers. They beat up on the Brewers 6-3 last night. The Athletics beat the Red Sox 5-4. The Diamondbacks beat the Giants 5-3. The Angels beat the Twins 4-3. The Orioles beat the Pirates 2-1 in that 10th inning suspension game. The Royals beat the Guardians 4-3. The Marlins beat the Nationals 8-3. The Phillies, that's just about over, in my opinion, first place now. They just annihilated the Mets 11-3. The Tigers annihilated the Yankees 11-1. The Astros beat the Blue Jays 3-2. The Cubs beat the Braves 3-2. The White Sox beat the Rays 6-5. The Cincinnati Reds continue to dominate the Padres and are getting closer in the wild card. It's becoming a crazy race, 2-1 over the Padres. The Mariners beat the Cardinals 4-2, final in 13, and the Dodgers defeated the hapless Colorado Rockies 9-0. Let's go to the standings, guys, and our wild card right now. Well, the Yankees are 3 games ahead in the wild card. 3 games of the Reds. Well, the Red Sox, they are a percentage point ahead. They're both 3 games ahead of the Mariners, 2.5 on the Rangers, and that's really about your threat. The Guardians are 9.5, so that's just about done. As far as first place, the Yankees are still 3 games, as we said, 3 games out, a percentage point ahead of the Red Sox. The Tigers running away with the Indians 9.5. We have the Astros 1 game over the Mariners right now. So that is your standing there. Going over to the National League, it's just about over. The National League East, the Mets are 10 games out on the Phillies. Never thought that would happen that quickly. The Milwaukee Brewers are 5.5 games over the Cubs, and the Dodgers are opening up a little lead on the Padres because they're playing really bad by 3 games. So now the interesting thing is that wild card in the National League, and here we go. So the wild card, the Cubs lead by 7, the Padres by 3, and the Mets by 2. But here's the thing: the Cincinnati Reds kind of are charging, and the Mets are going the opposite way. And remember, guys, the Giants are only 2 out, and the Diamondbacks are 3. So, I mean, with that in mind, holy cow, that is incredible. Evan, it's going to be a dogfight, and I have a feeling we might have to do a couple of those National League games, especially on the weekend, for the it's not just American League. We want to do everybody. We want to get everybody involved.
Yeah.
But talk about the next couple of days, what you're going to be doing on the air with Ken the Ugly Truth, and with us here on Mania. Take it away, man.
Yeah. So tomorrow, obviously, starts a big series between the Yankees and the Red Sox. So Ken and I from Yankees The Ugly Truth, we will be calling the Yankees Red Sox game tomorrow over on his channel called Yankees The Ugly Truth. That is on Ken's channel tomorrow. So please come on by for that. The game is on Apple TV. So if you don't have Apple TV, please follow along with us. You'll hear all the best breakdown of what's going on in the game, the best analysis and play-by-play. So it should be a lot of fun. And right now we're tied with Boston for the top wild card spot, and only 3 games back of Toronto, which leads us into Sunday. So on Sunday, Joe and I will be calling the Orioles Blue Jays game. It is a 1:30 afternoon game. So if you're watching football and your team sucks like mine, come listen to a little bit of baseball. It should be a lot of fun calling those 2 games. As we get down toward the end of the season here, every game is important for the Red Sox, Yankees, Blue Jays, and even the Orioles. So we'll see what happens. But it should be a lot of fun. So please subscribe to Ken. Come join us for tomorrow's game, and then come back here on Sunday for Orioles Blue Jays.
Awesome. Talk about the well. First of all, before we even do that, I wanted to say to everybody, I do know that quite a few people watched the Katerina with the Katerina's Michio's video yesterday with us, and thank you so much. I mean, a lot of people looked at it afterwards and gave their thumbs up. I hope you really enjoyed it and you could see what kind of inspiration she is. She did text me. If anybody, and what she said, if you heard that interview, she says if anybody needs comfort with anything that's going on, especially cancer, God forbid a cancer, and you're not handling it very well and you need an outside source, she will be there for you. And I think that's just incredible. That is one of the most selfish things I've seen in such a long time. With everything going on in the world, that is something she doesn't know any person, but she's offering her love. And just like we are, I could just say, hang in and a lot of things and rah you and be in and make you feel as best as we could. But coming from her is just amazing. So thank you for that. Thank you for some of you that subscribed. We really appreciate that. Keep looking at that show for a little inspiration, guys. It was inspirational. It was sad. It was fun. And just do that on a day that was very somber. That we lost an influential young man who the kids lost a dad. The wife lost a husband. It was a cruel, very very cruel day yesterday. But you guys lifted the spirits by talking and everything and being with us, and we smiled a little bit. There were a couple of bozos that were of course in the stream, and trust me, this is not going to happen anymore. I'm not going to put up with it. I'm absolutely not going to put up with it anymore. I have a couple of things in place that is going to prevent it, and I promise you, you are going to be so limited in what you do in your internet, your head will be spinning. So please, you better think about before you say something, before you do something, because none of us deserve that. And in a sick way, you don't deserve it either, because there's no reason. You got to live. Do you want to live? You want to live in a lie? You want to live ridiculous? Well, don't try us. Don't try other creators, because people are ready for you. And don't dare us. Trust me when I tell you, don't dare us. Anyway, Yankee game, as ridiculous as it was, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, definitely we know that without Volpe in the lineup, it doesn't make a huge difference if the bullpen can't hold down the opposing team. It's like, we take out the starting pitcher, the bullpen comes in, and they allow 9-10 runs. I mean, it's absolutely insane. But the offense needs to be a lot more consistent, right? We'll get to the bullpen later, but the offense against better pitching, this offense needs to be a lot more consistent, and they need to prove that they can seriously contend with these better teams by actually scoring runs the correct way and not just hitting home runs. I mean, they rank in in the top 3 in home runs over every single team, but it's just not. It doesn't work against the best teams. Like, you can hit home runs against the White Sox and against other bad teams, but it's not gonna produce any sort of significance if you can't get on base against good teams. So It's what we've seen. It's not the best, and we know they can do a lot better because they've shown it against Toronto and against better teams. But they have to be able to do it now, currently, against one of the top teams in the AL. So if I were the Yankees, I would like them to, show up tonight, at least win this game, give us some confidence going into the Boston series. And, the bullpen needs to be a lot better too. Boone has to manage the bullpen a lot better. And, when he's going to bring in these relievers, at least give them a purpose, right? When Cashman traded for these relievers, I think the purpose was to give them each a role in the bullpen, right? If Duvall hasn't pitched great. I mean, why is that? I mean, we don't exactly know why, but he's in a different role than he was with the Giants. Bednar has pitched great. He's been fine. Weaver has struggled a little bit here and there. Devin Williams shouldn't be in high leverage situations. Mark Leiter shouldn't be in at all unless it's garbage time. And I mean, Tim Hill should be utilized a little bit more. So it's just the bullpen management, and that's not just on Boone, that's on the front office too. But we need this team to have a purpose and an identity of what they want to do with the offense and the bullpen. And they need to connect for each other for everything to work correctly. And if that doesn't happen, then this team isn't going to go anywhere.
Yeah, no, I totally. They want to do something spectacular. I would release DeValve right now. I would have done that last night. I would have said goodbye, goodbye. Have a nice night. Have a nice life. You want to go back to the Giants? Be our guest. I don't think he deserves to be a Yankee. He's proven absolutely nothing to me, nothing to the Yankee fans. And Yankees want to show that they really care. Get rid of this guy immediately. He doesn't deserve to be on this team at all. Cashman, if you're listening, you want to do one good thing for the fans. Don't let him come in anymore for the Yankees. He's had enough chances. He does not want to be here. What else do you need? What else do you need to know? Just do it. Goodbye. It's very easy. Bring him in Boone's office and say, thank you for your service, but go move on. You want to go back to the Giants? Go right ahead. Go. We'll open up the limousine for you to bring you to the airport, to bring you back to where you belong. But you're not going to do it here. Yeah. I'm sorry. I feel very strong about it. I'm disgusted. They're an embarrassment after the fifth inning, 2 days in a row. They're in Yankee Stadium, and these people are paying lots and lots of money, and they have to go through that. It's a disgust. I also wanted to mention this is also for honoring with Nitin and his dad and all. I want to dedicate this show also to Harry Glenn. Harry Glenn is an important part of Nitin's family, and we want to honor him, and that's the least we can do for the Nitin family. And again, NY Mania is honoring Harry Glenn. Our prayers are out to you, the family, and everyone associated with 9/11. And if anybody's feels down, feels uncomfortable today, guys, please go to joeyankees28@gmail.com and give us a call. I'm going to reflect today. There's a few things I'm going to be doing, but I always have time to speak to someone today. So please, if you feel a little trapped, if you feel you don't, you want a sounding board, you want somebody else, you want to talk about on an even keel, well, NY Mania will be here for you today. Actually, we're here for you guys every day, but this is a day that I believe we all have to be really a family. So if you feel a little bit choked, if you feel something, just do that. Leave me a number. I could call you back. I promise you, I will not leave you in the dust. I will call you and we'll talk about it. I did it a lot when I worked in Madison Square Garden. I held people's hands. We sat down. I tried to make them smile a little bit. We went for a cup of coffee. We just did the little things. I went purposely, even though if I started at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I went at 8 o'clock in the morning as soon as MSG opened up for their tours, and that's what I did. And I made sure that each and every worker was okay. Everybody was affected one way or the other. People were afraid to go to places. People were afraid to go in the city, and from let's say Queens or Long Island or wherever they were in New Jersey, nobody wanted to go on bridges. You don't understand the impact. We never want to see that again. And so that's what this day is all about. Um, Sports will heal us a little bit, but you know what? Even though it is the topic here on NY Mania, this is a day to reflect on of things that we're able to do. We're able to see. We're alive, thank God, and well. And you're here for your family, your grandkids, your nephews, your nieces, your husbands, your wives, your grandparents. So please, by all means, um, let's be. If we are always a family, let's be a family today. Let's really be a family. Program notes. So we will have a Yankee pregame show at 4 o'clock today, guys. Then Ken the Ugly Truth will be doing the game 3 of the series of the Yankees and the Tigers, and hopefully it's a much better feeling today. And then we will have our post game show. We will, same thing around 10 o'clock or so, maybe a little bit earlier. I hope today that'll be a lot different. Yankee Stadium is going to be. I'm not sure if the president of the United States is still going. I don't have the complete completion to it, but I'm sure we're gonna know everything by the pregame show. And it's just something where hold your partner's hand today. Tell them you care. Tell them that you're always there for them. Put aside any stupidity. I don't care what it is. Just put it aside. Put it aside today to make sure that you guys are the best, and show your family that you're top notch and that you care about anything that they do. I don't care if it's as good as Daddy, I want to buy a pair of shoes. Discuss it, do what you need to do, and move on, guys. All right, that's my wish for you guys, and my wish is the fact to give back to all of you, to say thank you for making this show a little early success, and we'll be here for you. Yankees, Yankees, Yankees. What do we do today, guys? What are we going to do? Let me say hello to the chat this morning. Let's see. We have Jake, Richard, Egyptian, Lou. How you doing? Charles, JT, Just Mix, just to name a few people. We have hey, Lou. Good morning. We also have who we got here. Okay, we got Bob Rizzo here. Good morning, Bob. There is Jeff. How you doing, Jeff? Teresa, how are you? It's all the usual suspects. Richmond Valley Pharmacy, a big shout out to you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Paragon Sports, thank you. And thank you for sponsoring the game on Sunday when we're doing a game. We appreciate that. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you for making a very good part of the show for us. So how about how about we go into the chat a little bit? If there's a few questions, let's see. Okay, Lou. If we don't get the division, we're out. We're out in the wild card. My prediction. Okay. All right. I don't necessarily agree with that. One doesn't have to do with the other. If they don't get the division, the other teams aren't winning either, and you're still 3 games up. They really have to falter for that. Charles, good morning, sir. How you doing? Deval needs to go. I wouldn't put him in to pitch at all. Yeah, I don't know. Remember if you guys remember a long time ago, the Yankees had a fellow by the name of Ken Holtzman, who was a great pitcher with the Cubs, the A's. He came to the Yankees and the Orioles. He came to the Yankees. He was totally useless. I mean, when I mean useless, he was exactly what Deval does. Came in, gave up runs after runs, and he was a lot older at that time than Deval. So there may be a little leeway for Deval, but right now he does not deserve to be pitching for the New York Yankees. He does not
Yep.
want to be here. What don't the Yankees understand about that? Richard, good morning. Good morning, gentlemen. Pray for the recovery of America's mayor of the day, Mayor Giuliani, who was a hero. And look what they've done to this man. It's sad. Yeah, I agree with you, Richard. I agree with you. Today is all about prayer. We won't go over anything. Just pray, pray, pray. Just say the names, and we'll say it out loud. I was on the island too. They let everyone go home early. Yep, they sure did. They sure did. Um, Jake, I know, Lou, it's tough because a lot of people turn to sports for healing, but can't do that right now if you're a Yankee fan. Well, I mean, you can. I mean, it seems like for 5 innings, you can, Evan. And then
Mm-hmm.
after 5 innings, the roof falls in. The roof falls
And
in. Egyptian magician, how you doing? Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. If I read everything, I'm just trying to make sure. There's a lot of notes here. So I want to make sure that everybody, because I see everybody is saying hello. Jacob Petruzzi, how you doing, big guy? What's going on today? Tough day for our country yesterday. Tough day for our country today. Today is more of prayer. Yesterday was more in shock, and today is the prayer day. Please remember those before us that tried to help everybody who got 10 years later. Unfortunately, got a problem in their physical day. Felix, good morning. How you doing? How's it going? Soto about to get to 40, 30. Who seen this coming?
yeah,
Well,
that's crazy.
he could do the 40-30. The Mets might not even make the playoffs, and that would be sick. That would be sad. I mean, right now the Mets look lost. I mean,
Yeah.
not even just losing, they just look lost. What is going on? Evan, I know your brother is a big Met fan.
Mhm.
What is he seeing? What is going on?
Yeah, I think he's kind of just confused about like what's. I mean, he knows the starting pitching is obviously not the best. They're relying on three young starting pitchers. I mean, he does think that the offense is just not consistent at all, and he thinks that so he is happy about Juan Soto having a good year, but again, it doesn't really matter if you're not having team success. He does think that Cedric Mullins shouldn't be in the lineup. He thinks that they should have traded for someone a lot better at the deadline, a much better center fielder. They should have traded for starting pitching, and they got the bullpen help. It just seems like every bullpen pitcher that they get, no matter how good they were previously, they come to the Mets and they don't show as they don't show up. They just don't do as well as they did before, and it's bad. And against the Phillies, it's just everybody. The Phillies have been. I mean, the Mets have usually owned the Phillies recently, but in Philadelphia, the Mets just can't. They can't play there. And
Yeah.
obviously, maybe they've given up on the division now that they're 10 games back and just hoping for a wild card spot. But there are a couple teams right there that could overtake them. So it's bad. It's looking not the best.
Yeah, no question about it. Sean Browning, good morning. I was 13, first day of school had just started when they announced that we were attacked. Yeah, and I could just imagine a feeling for a teenager just starting out like that, how it felt. No question about it. This is a day to reflect, guys. Don't be afraid to put your comments in there. I'm going to read everything, as no matter how small or whatever. If it's important to you, it's important to NY Mania. The other thing, did anyone see this coming with the Mets? I knew they didn't have a great pitching, but dang, they just look completely lost out there. I know, and I kind of feel for Martinez, the manager. He's a better guy than that. I don't know what's going on. I'll be honest with you. We have our problems with the Yankees, but my eyes are on there. People, friends are talking to me about the Mets, and it's really, 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 it's a shame. It really is. I mean, whether you're a Met fan or not, yeah, they're still in the playoff picture, but barely. They are really going the other way. And my
Hmm.
God, they got to get out of Philadelphia. Uh I just want to know, do they play again today?
They do, yes.
Oh wow, is that a day game?
No, it's
Uh
a 7:15 game on
wow.
Fox.
So tonight you got Peterson against Lazario. Wow, that's another tough game for the Mets. Wow. And the Yankees were going to have what? Holton against Cam.
We got lucky.
Uh,
No school.
yeah, but how lucky are we, though? How lucky really are we? We've lost two in a row. Doesn't really matter. Um, Comment from NTBG Morning Fellas, prayers for America. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. That was a bad trade for the Mets, Mullins. Yeah, what happened to this guy? I don't understand. He lost it that fast. He had a couple of great years, and then just poof, he just went batty. I don't understand these people. I mean, what is it? Is it the training? Is it the brains? Well, what is it? How can you be so bad? I mean, and I've seen his at bats. Oh
Mhm.
my God, they're terrible. They're terrible.
He's
I
swinging at
mean,
pitches that are in the dirt. He's
yeah.
not.
I mean, are you kidding? Um, Again, TBG. I'm happy for Volpe. Can't blame him for last night. Lost. Glad Boone family left him in on the bench for an entire game. Good for you, Boone. Stand up for the analytics. Stand up to the analytics department. That's right. Very good. Very well said. I like that. Very, very well said,
Mhm.
everyone. Remember, everyone, we will have a pregame show today at 4 o'clock. We'll have the lineups. We'll have all of that. We'll reflect on everything. We're doing the show this morning. We won't stay on, all the way up to our usual. Because to be honest with you, today's a day to reflect. Today is a day to. There's a lot of baseball. There's a lot of things going on. The least we can do is reflect in the morning, say a little prayer. If you do have a chance to go to your local, someplace to do a little prayer, I would suggest you do it. If you can't, then just reflect by yourself. If you have a little time to yourself, rather to be, squawking on Duval should be off the Yankee team and Volpe shouldn't be at shortstop and all of this. Today is more of a reflection day. And that's why I said, instead of being more on the air, we will be here for comfort one-on-one for you. So, and again, all you have to do is just go to our email, everyone. Please, by all means, do that, and we'd be more than happy to speak with you and definitely honor you. So please do that. I just want you to know that we're always there for you. Joe Yankees 28 at gmail.com. Joe Yankees 28 at gmail.com. There's plenty of time to talk about today's Yankee game. There's plenty of time to go over so many things in the world of sports and all that. But today it's about you. It's about me. It's about Evan. It's about each and every one of us to reflect how lucky we are. And I can't stress that amount, guys. I really, really can't. And it's I want to be selfless. I don't want to be, Volpe shouldn't be in there. Today's not the day for that. It really isn't the day. Is that fair to the families? There could be somebody listening right now, and in 9/11 they lost their husband, their wife, their kid, their dream. They were all shattered, and that's why I want to keep the morning as a dedication to everyone, to the world, and I want us to reflect. And I think to me that's the right thing to do for this show for today. Let's see. Let's go to a few more comments. Charles, how you doing? Hey, Jake, boss, how are you? We'll get to you in a minute. My prayers go out to the families on the day and Charlie Kirk's family. 100%. 100%. And I don't even want to do a comment of there are some people out there that are just heartless. I don't care what you thought of him. I don't care what you thought of anything. But if you saw it, maybe it would be a thing to show that video because you can honestly see how disgusting it was. I know it's gruesome. It's hard to fathom. But if you don't believe that this is a sad day and yesterday was a sad day, then there's something really, really, really wrong. Really wrong. Dennis, Mullen's been bad for years. The Val the same. New York gets these guys to used to be good, and they used to be good. They think they can get there where they were 3 years ago. Yeah, they tried. They really tried to turn back the clock, but it doesn't work. And Duval, I really, I just can't believe this guy was actually a good pitcher. Want to bring up Sean Browning. We also want to Sean Browning if we can. Well, it seems like there's a little break in the action with. Okay, I think we're back now. Live TV. Sometimes these things happen. And there's Sean. How you doing, Sean? Good morning.
Hey,
And a reflection of 9/11 to you. Good morning, sir.
oh yeah, I'm doing all right. Like I said, I was 13, and growing up as a military brat, because both my parents served, and growing around family that was in the military and first responders, I've always had a deep appreciation for it. But um, when that happened, because I'll take you back a few months before, in May of 2001.
Go
Um,
ahead.
I was in sixth grade. And we had a class trip that we had raised our own funds for. We were in a small school in upstate New York, but we took a class trip to New York City. And one of the places we walked by was right down 6th Avenue by the Twin Towers and the UN. Um, and that was my first and only time right now that I got to go to New York City. Or no, not the first only time, but the first time I got to go to New York City. And then, a few months later, terrorists knocked down our towers and flew into the Pentagon. And then, when all that happened at first, my first thought was, does this mean we're going to war? And I remember asking that question later on because, when I got home, my mom's like glued right in front of the TV and Fox News is just showing it over and over. And I was standing near her and I said, Mom, are we going to war? And she goes, I think so. But and then I remember saying something. I said, I wish I was a little older, uh, because I was just so wanting to go and join right then and there. But a few years later, would have thought the same two wars that we started that I would have when I signed up, and I went over there. But and then I also remember my childhood best friend, one of a few of them. We were talking, and he wanted to join the military because of 9/11. There was a lot of people in my class that probably didn't think that way beforehand, but 9/11 changed it.
Yeah, I totally appreciate, of course, your service. We all appreciate it, Sean. And this is what it's about today. Reflect a little bit, relax, be with the family. A little cup of coffee around the table, have a little breakfast, and just be thankful. Hold each other's hands and say, you know what, we made it, we're here, and we're here for purpose. We're here to live life, go to school, go to work, buy a house. We're able to do these things, and a lot of it has to do with the freedom, the men and women that fought for all of us, what we believe in. There's beautiful, beautiful people out there that are not getting acknowledged. And we want to do that here on NY Mania, because all I know is I am totally, totally thankful that we are able to go into another room, put on the TV, watch the New York Yankees, watch your baseball, football, and whatever you want to, because of people like you. And I can't stress that enough. And if that doesn't open up hearts to people, something's not right. Something is not right. So again, thank you for that. And what are your interpretations of the Yankees? You see them gathering around tonight and maybe playing a decent game.
Yeah, I think they'll bounce back, but they've got to come out and show it. Um, and like I was saying last night, the way they played the last two games, it's like they're not worth defending. But at the same time, I believe in the team as a fan, and I usually stay positive. And then also, there's the thing: we got a special guest at Yankee Stadium today. So I mean, it's up to the Yankees to, you know, because the president
To step
announced
up.
that yeah. I mean, because you know, you got to step up. This is the time where if you want to go far in the playoffs or you want to make this season worth something, this is the time to step up and show up. Or a lot of these Yankees are gonna not be in Yankees next year. So
Yeah, no, I agree with you totally. If they can't turn around and pull together tonight, it doesn't get any easier this weekend, Sean,
no,
with
it doesn't.
with the Yankees, and we'll touch base on that on our pregame show. No question about that. We are going to talk about it, and the post game tonight also about the weekend. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a little sad. I think the Yankees should. I hope they put together a wonderful game tonight for us to be a little proud of. Let's go to Charles. I was volunteer firefighter back then. Wanted to go around ground zero to help, but my job I couldn't. I would have done anything to help that day. 13, the 13. Yes, you're right. That's great, Charles. And you know what? Everybody knows in your heart that you were there and you had everybody in mind. But sometimes we got to do things that we have to do. We don't have a choice. We really don't have a choice. Hey, Jake, Itchy, I was going to say it'll still probably be a sweep. Maybe, yeah. That just so they're saying without Scooble, right? I totally understand that. That makes sense. Blaze, the valve, if he can't locate his cutter and lost his command by walking guys because he can't locate his splitter and he's up in the zone weaver, if he can't locate his change up and command. Agree with you guys. Agree with you. It's just terrible. I mean, the way they're pitching, the way they're doing things, it is terrible, and something's got to give here.
I mean,
They need a super performance, a real super performance, because this is not going to do. This is not doing. This is not good at all.
and the biggest problem, it's not the position players. It's not the starting rotation. It's the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure we can blame, Volpe and some of these other guys that aren't really executing at the plate. But whenever we got a lead, none of them are safe. I mean, lately,
No.
it doesn't matter who Boone pulls out of the bullpen, and if they ain't Bednar, they're struggling. I mean, it's almost like no circle of trust. By now, he should have a circle of trust that he has, but
I
he's
agree.
only got one person he can trust right now.
I totally agree. I totally agree. Itchy Nuts. He has a good thought. 29 days till the hockey season.
Yes. Basketball
At this point,
season.
we need comfort. We need comfort, Itchy
Well,
Nuts. And he goes, Boone can't run a bullpen. Let's be honest. Yeah, that's true. That's 100% true. At this point, I have to agree with everything. I really have to agree with everything, because right now I don't know which way is up. We don't know which way is up, and it's totally confusing in my eyes. Totally confusing. So I don't know. It's just not right. It's not right. Let's see. Jake, Itchy, 100%. But the problem is, no matter who Boone is putting out there, they all look horrible. There's no one pitcher that looks good. Yeah, you have to agree. You have to agree. It's just horrible. It really is horrible. We're going to spend a couple of more minutes. Actually, we're going to bring up, if he's ready, Nitin, are you ready? Okay, great. And we're hoping to get Ken from The Ugly Truth up here also. So let's get to it. And
hey guys, what's up, Evan? What's up, Joe? What's
how
up,
you doing?
John?
Listen.
what's
First,
up?
first, I just want to send my prayers and all the thoughts that to my father's close friend Harry Glenn. He was in that building when it happened, and so we continue sending prayers to his family and friends. His name is Harry Glenn.
We dedicated the show. We dedicated the show to him.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Yes.
thank you so much. Yeah, he's one of my father's close friends. So shout out to his family. Continued prayers, and Harry Glenn, may he rest in peace. And obviously, today's a tough day, and they always honor all the names in New York. So this prayers and thoughts, and never forget 9/11, and also and continue prayers to Charlie Kirk's family too. So keep them in their prayer and our prayers, and also never forget. So good morning, everyone. That's want to get out of the way.
Okay. Well, thank you for that, of course. But yeah, the dedication and we definitely this show is totally dedicated to that. And I had mentioned that we weren't going to stay on too long. There's a big day coming on. It's a nice time to reflect and just just reflect with family and friends, rather than to go over if Volpe belongs in the lineup today and all of that. We can do that.
No, today, yeah, this morning show should be all about 9/11 and how people sacrifice their lives for us, and also the and all the firefighters and all. So
Yeah.
Yes, and I do
No.
see I do see Ken from The Ugly Truth. I think he might be ready. He is driving, and he's nice enough to pop up for a few minutes, and give his reflection. Good morning, Kenneth. How you doing?
Hey, Ken. Oh,
Crap and sunshine. How about yourself?
good. I can't see. We can't see. I can't see you though.
Well, you're driving. I sure hope you can.
No, but the black yeah. You guys see him?
Yes.
Nope.
No, we can't see him.
Oh, okay.
You can't
You
see
can't
me?
see it?
Nah,
No.
Hold on. How about now?
no. Still, it's all right.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, there
Okay,
we go.
Oh,
now
there you
we
go.
see you.
Yep. There we go. Yep.
Ta-da! I've arrived.
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun. So, Ken, talk to us a little bit about 9/11.
9/11. I had a friend by the name of Don Young who was on the watch floor at the Pentagon. He was a shipmate of mine on USS Briscoe. He was killed today. Many, many, many people died today. Servicemen, a lot of them from the Hampton Roads area. It seems as time goes on, people tend to forget what actually happened. It doesn't appear to be real. For those who were alive during that time, we know the impact, how it affected the nation, how it affected the people that were around us. At that time, after we were attacked, people seemed to be more tolerant of each other. There was a unity that I hadn't seen in this country, I don't know in how long. And to look how things have changed in those 24, 25 years is a damn shame.
Yep, I totally agree with you. The one thing I do give the networks a little kudos because they do remember, especially in the morning, and they go all the way up to about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And they reflect, and I think that's awesome. At least they don't forget that.
Well, the death
So,
toll from the actual attack was 3,000. What they haven't come up with is the total number of people, such as the ground zero firefighters, the police officers, that have died from cancers, probably as a result of ground zero. And I think that number is a hell of a lot higher than 3,000.
No, well, the last number I heard with it is about 360 have died from related illnesses to 9/11. They're working on it. So that's about a little more than the number of firefighters and first responders that died in the towers responding to it.
Yeah.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Do you guys reflect the ones that were born into that that was around? Do you exactly know? I mean, really
Yeah.
know where you were at that point?
I was. Yeah. I was in school. I was in school when it happened, and I guess they had the. I was in. So I was born in '95. So this happened in 2001. So I think it was probably second or third grade. I had to, but I was in school, and then when it happened, when we heard the news, the teachers put the TV on for us to see what happened exactly, and then we watched it for a little bit, and it was just crazy the news and all that was all over the news, and then later on when everything was coming out, the numbers and all, and when my dad found out that his close friend Harry Glenn was in the building, and it was just devastating. So,
What
but
I
I was in school, so what happened?
Well, what I remember, guys, I had just finished working the night before. I think I came home about 2 a.m. from Madison Square Garden. It was actually a huge a concert for with Michael Jackson. And I came home, and I remember saying, "Geez, I'm gonna get a few hours sleep." The Yankees were going to play a day game at Yankee Stadium, and so I'm preparing in the morning, and I'm getting up, and my dad, rest in peace, he said a plane just went through the World Trade Center. I said, "Come on, Dad, what are you talking about?" He says, "Look." And the minute, and what I'll never forget, the minute that I put it on, you see a second plane going into the second tower. And I was like, oh my God. Honestly, I didn't hear a pin drop anywhere for about 20 minutes. I think the world stopped, and we were just, who got attacked? The Pentagon got attacked. This is it. We're in attack. It was one of the worst 20 minutes I think I've ever experienced in my whole life. I mean, really, and when you turn around and you reflect that what went on here, the TV stations were quiet. Um, Outside was a ghost town, an absolute ghost town. That's only happened one other time that I remember, and that was the verdict of O.J. Simpson. The whole New York City stopped completely. You could hear a pin drop, and for the verdict. But that's what happened in 9/11. You could hear a pin drop with that, and we would just and you felt like you were being attacked personally, because it was like you turn around, even though you're in your kitchen or your living room, like, what's happening? What is really happening? And that is a scary thought, guys. It's a very, very scary thought. Let's shine in on Celia. I was only two
Hi,
years
Celia.
old when I was only 2 years old when 9/11 happened, but I know how deeply it changed the world. In times like this, unity is so important, and a world that's divided. Sending love and strength to everyone here. Thank you, Celia. Thank you for taking time
Thank you,
to write
Celia.
something so cool and so nice to us, and reflect. And you know what? I'm kind of glad that you were young and you didn't have to go through that, and your family shielded you by that, and it's something. It's just better off that that you could reflect, and you didn't have to see that. We have enough challenges in life, so to me everything happens for a reason, and the reason for you was to be a very, very beautiful young little girl that was gonna grow up and fend the world. So in a way, I am happy you were shielded by that, and everybody else that was a little one. I give you love for that too, because your family is your guiding light, and they shielded you from that. You were young, and good for you, Celia. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I can always say we are looking forward to you. Hopefully this weekend, you're going to come on and give some of your wonderful thoughts and all of that with us. But thank you for caring, and we really, really appreciate it. Let's go to Lou. I was home sleeping. My ex-girlfriend walked down there, worked down there. She came to my house all in a sweat, or all nuts. Yeah, just let's say it like that. Yeah, Lou, it was bad. I had my godsons running out of their offices near there. They came home all like with fire. One had a cough for 18 years, so 18 or 22, whatever it was, and he would always go no matter what. Every I don't say every second, but every now and then, that's what you would get. It was horrifying, running and running. And people on the train, they told me when they were riding in from Brooklyn into going into Manhattan, what they were seeing, the blaze all over the place. And then all of a sudden they said, we're stopping the train and we're going the opposite direction. You guys are going back to Brooklyn. You're not going into the city. It's not going to happen. Believe me, the people, if you're working, your bosses will understand, but you're not going into the city now. We are stopping everything. And it was just a mess. It was a mess. Let me bring up Ken because he did leave from the other. Let's see, where are we? There he is. Hey,
Ken is at
Ken.
home now, so he can actually hear you
Yeah.
speak.
There
Yep.
we go. How you doing? All right. So, Ken, if you were doing
I'm having my
any
coffee.
go ahead. What was that?
I'm having my coffee.
Well, I have mine. Lavaza, salute tonight. Salute to everyone, the families. We love you, and a big gulp of Lavaza coffee for all the love and support to each and every one of you.
Good morning, Charles. And to answer your question,
What's up, Charles?
I scheduled the game to be called play-by-play by the 7th inning. By the time I got out of bowling, that crap show that I was at, the game was in the 9th inning, and I was aggravated from listening to it, so I didn't even bring the stream on. But I will be there tonight.
And that's understandable. I mean, yesterday was ridiculous with the Yankees, and it was just getting worse. They had a great chance to again make a little hayway, and they did not. And that I don't know. I don't know what that means, but I don't know. Ken, what do you see for today's game?
Well, we're facing Holder, a left-hander. Left-handers present their own problems to the Yankees. He did pitch relief against us in this series. So they've seen him. Hey, Jacob. Can the Yankees defeat the Tigers? Sure. But what the Yankees need is the bullpen to actually hold it together.
Without a doubt. Evan, you want to chime in a little bit?
You were talking about what you were doing on 9/11 when it happened.
Right. I'm sorry.
You want to hear my story?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
It was the first time that I had taken leave in 5 years. I was under the car. I was changing the oil because I was about to take the family down to Florida to go to Disney. My neighbor comes running out the house as I'm cleaning up. She's an older lady, and she says, the Russians are attacking us. The Russians are attacking us. I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? So I continue to change the oil, and my wife pokes her head out and says, hey, you need to come in. The command's on the phone. My boss says, hey, there's been attacks on the Pentagon, New York. We're getting underway. This is what? We're getting underway. You need to get to the base. So I grab all my crap that I had taken off the ship and washed, got in my car, and waited 4 hours to get on the base.
Wow.
We got there, got underway. We were one of the few ships in Norfolk that actually had weapons loaded, because usually when you come into port after deployment, you offload your weapon. But we had anti-air missiles and whatnot, and we steamed as quickly as we could to get to the coast of New York City to be air defense for a week. There were many people who got underway with clothes on their back. They didn't have anything else. To break out extra uniforms and stuff for people, even underwear for people to have. We had partial stores. The ship wasn't fully fit to even feed everybody on it. But I sat on the console that night and I looked at a green circle checking any air, and it was very eerie because the United States had shut down all air traffic in the country. So for you to look at a green screen that has no movement on it was very, very disorienting. but we could see from the deck
Oh,
the,
that's
the
crazy.
pillars of smoke coming from the city. And been there many times. And you could always, one of the navigation points was always the towers. No towers, no nav point.
Wow. That unbelievable. Wow.
So my war on terror started on 9/11.
Wow. How long were you involved with it then from that point on, Ken? I mean, were you there away from the family? What was the story there?
And I was off the coast of New York for 10 days, I want to say, until everyone had figured everything out. And there was actually another ship that came in and relieved us. I think there was 30 days worth of coverage for anti-air defense for New York City. When we came home, we were there for about 4 weeks, and then we redeployed to the Gulf. And I was gone for almost 10 months. And then I made a bunch of subsequent deployments after that, including some ground tours.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
It's the life of the military. I mean, you can talk to Sean. Sean probably had done similar things throughout his career when he was there, deploying, especially in Afghanistan, Iraq. The freaking suck.
Now, let me ask you something, Ken, before we go to Sean. How are you with your family? Was your family scared for you or just for the family itself? What was the thinking going on in the household?
Well, Stephen, who's now 26, was young and he knew that he was going to Disney and he couldn't go to Disney. So he's pissed off about it. Joseph, my second oldest, was just another Navy thing. He's gone again. And a lot of civilians don't understand the hardness of a military life on the family. My wife and I have been married for 34 years. And we sat down during my career. I averaged about 270 days out to sea a year. 270 out of 365 is a significant chunk. There is probably about a 70% divorce rate for military families, especially in the Navy. Plus, I operated with spec war, doing boat unit stuff. I was gone even more than most people. And I have a strong wife. She held the family together. I'll tell you what, she was the commander in chief. She was the boss of the household. If she put her foot down and said something, I wasn't in a position to say, you're wrong, because she was there on the front lines at the house while I was defending the nation on the battlefront. It created a different family dynamic, and had I not had such a strong wife, I probably wouldn't have had a military career as long as I did.
So I hats off to your wife and to your family.
But you know what? You know what's a funny thing, Joe?
What?
She had all these little suckers in diapers and whatnot, and didn't complain at all. I have my grandkids now. I started potty training the first with my granddaughter. I was like, how did she not do a homicide on any of these kids? They don't talk, they cry, they point at stuff. I thought, man, the happiest day of my life is going to be when they can go to the bathroom by themselves and they can tell me what they want. I was never more wrong ever. Now once they started talking, they don't shut up.
Yeah, but that just goes to prove one thing. A woman in the household is very precious. You don't realize they may complain, but when you get a special girl, a special woman, a special girl that will
Yep.
do anything for you and your family, yeah, you just don't realize how lucky. And I'm not just talking about you, Ken, but you don't realize how lucky you are. There's too many people that go, you don't want to be married. You go ahead, go back to your mom. It doesn't work that way. You guys made a promise to each other, and
Yep.
the best and luckiest thing is that somebody really loves you and somebody's willing to do half the chores and half of everything while you're not around. If you're the breadwinner, if you're whatever. But in my mind, the woman is the most important, precious thing there is. And remember one
Yep.
thing: your mom can never be replaced. Your mom will
Yeah.
always will be your number one protector. Your mom will always be there. Yes, a wife, I'm not saying no, but your wife will be there for the kids. I'm not saying they're not there for you. Don't get me wrong. But there's a different narrator. There's a different love. When a child steps into the world, it's a different ball game. Now, are you less important? Of course not. But there's a sense of urgency when you have this little beautiful bundle of joy in your arms, and the woman
Mhm.
is there to guide you and make you feel, hey, this is what it's all about. And there's nothing more precious than your mom, your grandmother, your aunt, godmother. It's all connected, people. It's all connected.
Yep.
And that's why I say never go, never go. Well, I'm not talking to this one. There's not enough time in the world to be mad at some. I mean, if something really bad happens, I understand that. But it's these goofy things that make no sense. And I'm not talking to my wife because come on. You know what I mean? If you have three kids, remember, reflect. She brought up three kids for you, for the family, not only for her, but for you. You have that responsibility. Your responsibility is whatever. If she's not working and you're working, that's your responsibility. But yeah,
Yep.
a woman and that's why I always portray, I love for them to be umpires. I want them to be owners. I want them to be announcers. I want them to be whatever, because
Yeah.
you don't realize how precious they really are. And like I always said, it's amazing. And each and every one of you that are lucky, that have a wonderful family, please embrace it and never forget what you have. And that's all I'm going to
Yep.
say
That's
on
true.
the situation.
Well,
But
well,
Sean, did you have
well
a?
said.
Thank you. Sean, you take it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like Ken was saying, people don't realize the ins and out. Not only with service members, but their immediate families. The things they got to go through. It adds a lot on it, and when you can have someone that stays with you in and through it all, they're really
Hmm.
special. And they
Yeah.
always say the hardest job in the military is the military spouse.
Without a doubt.
Oh,
And no, and I mean, because I saw it through deployments. I knew guys. I started with guys where halfway through deployments, and then you find out, that your wife is stepping out on you, or this, that, the other, and you're deployed, and it really messed them up. Um, but also the other thing too is, guys, um, during this day, take time
Hmm.
to say you appreciate every cop you see, or every first responder you guys see. If you come by them, let them know you appreciate them, that you're praying for them, because it's not easy. The type of courage you got to take. Because I mean, I could tell you during the times in my military career, where they want you to be ready at the drop of a hat. They'll tell you within an hour, hey, we need you to get back on base, and then you're on lockdown for X amount of years to ship out, or X amount of hours, and then you're shipping out on that plane um, to wherever you need to go. And over here, the first responders, they get what, minutes notice, and they gotta go in there, and while people are running out, they're running in to wherever the danger is to help people,
Yeah.
or or to take care of the situations. And they get, a lot of them don't get respect nowadays. I mean, they did when after 9/11 first happened, but nowadays, they get no respect. But I've always respected them. Same thing with everyone that served in the military.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
it's
that's all.
really family. Family's important, no
You
matter
know,
Yep.
who you.
Yep,
you know it's for real
that
when they
is
have you go to the armory and
that
Well,
is a
drawing your
great
weapon
story,
and ammo.
and we do thing. What was that, Ken?
I said, you know it's for real when they have you go to the armory and draw your weapon and your ammo,
mhm.
Right.
and you know that's
Oh yeah,
it's not a drill. They're not joking around. You're fixing to go.
Oh yeah.
And for the service
yep,
member, you have to get into a completely different mindset. You have to know that you're going somewhere where people's lives are going to depend on you.
Right.
So
yep.
the home
And I,
front
You're right.
has to go to the background. And that's why the spouse or the significant other is so important. Because if you
Yep.
have confidence that there's somebody there to take care of the home front, you can go do your job.
Right. No, you're right.
And honestly,
The
we in the military, we train the way we fight. We
Yep.
practice this all the time.
yeah.
I wanted to address Jacob Petruzzi. Hey Joe, are you guys doing any of the Met Ranger series this weekend? We will let you know a little bit later on, Jacob, what we're doing, what's going on. There are a couple of factors, a couple of things going on this weekend, but we will let you know. I promise you that we'll try to give you that on the pregame show at 4 o'clock. If not, we will definitely let you know one way or the other on the weekend. We are calling a couple of games. One with Evan and Ken, the Ugly Truth on Ken's channel, and then one here on here with NY Yankee Mania. But we will thank you for asking on that. I will definitely let you. I'll have an answer for you either this afternoon or definitely tonight hopefully after the Yankees win their game tonight. But and by the way, I want to give a quick thank you to Ken for teaming up with Evan to do the play-by-play on Friday. That is a really really great suggestion, and thank you so much for that, Ken. Very very selfless act, and kudos to you. That's why the two channels here together are as one, and I can't thank you enough for everything that you do for us, what you've done for me, and now's really a time to honestly say thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you here, Ken. Yeah, you can dance. Even though I don't like the dance, you can dance.
Yeah.
The
There
day
you
is
go, Ken.
the day's on you guys.
Yep.
Everything's on you guys today. I'm not going to get mad. There we go.
There you
All
go.
right, let's go. A little upper, a little
hey,
upper.
but
Go ahead.
yeah. Oh, I mean, I remember one of the time when I first found out I was going to deploy. That was the first or second time. I remember calling my grandfather, and he fought in Korea and Vietnam, but um, obviously I had to call my stepmom, who pretty much raised me first, because if I didn't call her first, she would have reared me out, and never let me forget it. Um, But I called my grandfather one of the times, and his words of advice to me was keep my head down and keep my nose clean. And it was just, but there was a time when I came back for R&R, and when I came to my grandfather's house, the family all gathered there. Um, and man, he gave me a big old bear hug, and then just to see that, he was proud of me. It really meant something to me because, like I said, he was my dad and my grandfather I looked up to my whole life, and
Mhm.
you know, so it was just one of those things that, like, wow, you know,
Well,
you.
what I like to
I,
do, guys, is on our final thoughts. I want each and every one of you to just reflect, and I know some are younger than others, but just reflect on knowing what you know, what the world went through, and all of that. And I know we're what 25 years later, whatever it is. Bottom line is, what's in your thoughts for a day like today? So we're gonna start out with let's start out with Evan. Evan, you're the youngest one of the group, and I want to get a feel for what you're feeling. For you didn't go through it, basically. If you did, I mean, obviously you didn't. But from what you've read, from what you've seen, the sadness and everything, um, with your final thoughts today, what are you feeling?
Yeah. I just feel I feel a sense of like community, especially with listening to all you guys and the stories, everyone that helped each other on that day, even the people like Ken and Sean who served in the military, their impact on a day like today as well. And it's crazy. It really was from all the stories that I heard. And when I was in school, in high school, I did a project on 9/11. I got to learn based on research about a lot of the things that were going on and how 9/11 affected the whole world, and individual stories, um, and a lot more about everything. But it just puts into perspective that we all need to be uh, here for each other, and hopefully something like this will never happen again. And that's why it's important to all remember what exactly happened and what the impact was. So, but yeah, I feel like it's important to just be here for each other. Talk if we need to talk, and have a sense of community, build more relationships, come together as a world. And even if there are disagreements, you can all find one common hard place, and that is to be kind, be respectful, and definitely love each other.
Well said.
Well said.
Thanks.
Well
Yep.
said, Evan. Very, very well said. And I'll tell you, kudos to Evan, young man. College wise, very, very wise man, and that was well said. Thank you, Evan.
Yep.
I want Before we go to Sean, I want to give a shout out to Katie. How you doing? Big hugs go out to you
Hi,
and your
Katie.
family today.
What's up, Katie?
Just Mix, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. We are just going. We're reflecting a lot on 9/11, and families and friends and all of us. How we were affected, if we were affected at all, because some of us are young, and did not experience it, which I think would be better. I'm to that point. I would love to shield everybody from all of this, heartache. Sean, you go next.
Yeah. It was one of the things I even remember that day. Sports stuff was canceled. Like all the sports practices at schools were canceled. And then the next day they had us put the American flag in it, and that was one of the things that lasting was just remembering how our country came together for that brief time after the attacks. for that little while, and it just didn't matter, you know, all the little things didn't really matter. It just mattered that uh, we were all American, that we all stood together, you know, we all um, loved this country again, and it was something else. And then yeah, like I said, a lot of people felt a renewed sense and want and a sense of duty to go into the service or go into the police or whatever, first responder stuff. So so I just say this: love your family, appreciate them, appreciate all the loved ones, your friends, but never stop fighting for what you believe in. But be civil with one another, because there's a lot more things that are more important than petty differences.
Mhm.
Well said. Before we go to Nathan, I just want to say to everybody, when we come on at 4 o'clock, yeah, we will do a little, we will do some Yankee stuff and Yankee news. But I do want everybody to reflect. Let us know in the chat when you come on at 4 o'clock. Where were you in 9/11? Were you born? Were you working? Were you taking care of little ones? Let's reflect a little bit, because we're not going to come on and just go straight into well, why what's going on with the Yankees today. Today it's all about the world. It's all about us. It's all about you. So we will talk Yankees, no question about it. But I would like a little. We do a little homework, reflect a little bit. It's always good for the heart and the soul and for the person. Reflect and let us know. Don't be afraid to let us know, because there's no right or wrong answer here. Whatever you did, we'd like to know. And I'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you. Okay, Nitin, please, by all means, take the floor.
Well, first, I just want to say thank you to Sean and Ken for their service, and obviously for sharing their stories during 9/11. And they made a big impact in our. They both of them took sacrifices for us to serve the country. And kudos to you, Ken and Sean. You've done an amazing job, and you guys have great. You guys have great resumes and such inspiration to for you both. And I'm glad that I'm connected with both of you, Sean and Ken, and you guys do a great job on these streams. So shout out to you guys, and thank you again for everything what you did for the country, and thank you again for sharing your stories. I just want to say that, and also thank you, Evan, for sharing your side of the story. Which I mean, I know you're young, only 21 years old, but you still had a big. I mean, it still impacted you and your family, and thank you for sharing that. And also, Joe, thank you for sharing your story about 9/11. Obviously, you've been through it. So thank you to all of you guys. And obviously, I told you guys earlier, I was in school when it happened, and the teachers put the TV on for us once we heard the news to see what was going on. And then once they after, and then hours after, when they got all the people, I mean the people that were in the building, and once my father found out that his close friend Harry Glenn was in it, and he didn't make it. Unfortunately, he did not make it. So rest in peace, Harry Glenn. And he's one of my father's closest friend. Um, and he was unfortunate. Harry was in the building, one of the buildings, and so every year they honor his name when they do the ceremony. And so I want to put, may he rest in peace, and our prayers and thoughts are continued with his family and friends. So yeah, so that's is a big impact for my father, and especially in Harry's family. So, but today we got to reflect on and on what happened, and and just hug your loved ones. That's it. You just have to hug your loved ones, and it's not guaranteed after what happened yesterday. And please keep his family also in your prayers, and we will never forget them, and never forget 9/11. And this is a tough times going on right now, but we all this is today is a day that everybody comes together as one, and we just hug each other and this this remember all the loved ones that was in the building, and also we also honor the police officers and the firefighters that helped out that day too. So kudos to them for helping out there. So, but yeah, I just want to say all that, and like I said, Ken and Sean, they're the staple of this of the streams, and just keep it going. So,
Before we go to Ken for final thoughts, I want to bring this up. I think it's um, something very cute. My just thank you for sharing this. My 6-year-old came home from school and decided she was going to invent a paint that would prevent planes from crashing into buildings.
hmm.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Wow. Well, we send a big, big, big hug to now a little bit bigger than 6 years old, but that's a wonderful story. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. It's very inspiring, very, very nice. And just please, from all of us to all of you guys there, we send you a big, 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 big hug. And thank you for being part of NY Yankee Mania and Ken the Ugly Truth Show. And we really appreciate each and every one of you. Ken,
Just think that 6-year-old is now close to 31.
Yep.
yep, imagine, that's amazing. Thank you. 30 now. Great story, Just. Thank you so much, Just M. I really thank you for bringing that. It's a hot, nice story, and kudos to that.
Yep.
So, Ken, take us to the final statements, and we're actually before you do that, Ken is going to really sign us off today. In honor of everything, it's all about love, and it's all about that. I'm going to say thank you for being on. We're going to see you at 4 p.m. and with some more stories and with the Yankee update, Yankee interview, Yankee lineup. But today's about very, very, very important things. So I am saying goodbye. I love you guys one by one. I'm staying on, but I want Ken to take us out because he's deserving of it, and he is the man. And so is Sean. So Ken, your final thoughts and take us out. And if you can, just press the like button, subscribe. We really appreciate that. And we've got a lot more stuff to come to you guys. You've been terrific. Email me if you want. You're more than welcome. Ken, take it away.
Well, for me, I take time to reflect on the loss that we have as far as, for me personally, the shipmates that were killed in the Pentagon attacks. I always take time to think of their families and the loss that they've had to suffer and live with for a lot of years because of a heinous act. I often think about how the terrorist attack affected me and my family. So I do the reflection on that stuff. Personally, I don't give a crap about the ceremonies and stuff that they do. It's more of an internal feeling for me. And one of the things that I always look at is the people that are on the lines now that are in harm's way defending the nation, because there are a lot of faces that are nameless. Nobody knows. If they were to walk up to you on the streets, you wouldn't know what they were, who they were, what they did. And that involves police officers and firefighters, anybody that works in the service business. So, my thoughts are for the survivors, the people serving now. And I think back to baseball. Baseball helped the country heal. Although we didn't like the results of the freaking World Series and we thought that it was destiny that the Yankees were supposed to win it in 2001 and the Diamondbacks crapped that one up for us. Baseball has had a very important legacy part of our country healing from World War II Vietnam, even 9/11. A lot of people get worked up about the sport, but it is something that unites the nation, and it shouldn't be something to be angry about, finger pointing, hate this player, hate this coach, hate this manager, or whatnot. Look at the game for what it is. It's a core part of this country. And that's about my last sentiment for today.
Take
Yep.
us out, Ken, with your famous goodbyes.
All right. We are going to win this freaking game today. And this is a Let's Go Yankees. And I will definitely see you at 7 p.m. and in the funny papers. So have a fantastic day until 4 o'clock when the pregame show occurs here on NY Yankee Mania. And if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and subscribe to this channel because you get great content and you have a lot of really good posts. Not me, of course, because I walk to the beat of my own drum and it's not necessarily the same one as everyone here. Because you will get the ugly truth from me. Good, bad, or indifferent.
Well, thank you, Ken. And everyone, we will see you at 4 p.m. Love you all and reflect.
See
Have
you
a
guys.
great day, everyone. 4 o'clock. And of course, we don't forget Sean also. Sean, thank you. I put a little something up there to say thank you to Ken and Sean, just to make sure everybody remembers what they've done for us. Take care, everyone. We will see you at 4 p.m. Go, America. Go the world. God bless you all. God bless America. I can't say that much more than that with all my heart. Take care, guys. 4 p.m. Have a great day. Take care.